What's up, YouTube? My name's Jamal. This is my first video. Stay in that bitch. Stay in that bitch. Hey yo, it's your boy Marley checking in with another video. How y'all doing? Hey man, so man, this LT1 stuff really been on my mind, man. And I've been watching videos and stuff like that, and you know, of course, when it comes to the LT1, everybody, you know, first thing they want to do is point towards the OptiSpark. But you know, it's a few other things that could go wrong and stuff like that. And from what I've been noticing is that, you know, like the OptiSpark videos, I mean, it seems like all of them like gradually went out. Like they still ran, but they ran like shit. That's just how they knew that you know what I'm saying, that the OptiSpark was bad. Well, mine, you know, never really ran like shit. It just cut off that one day, so which got my mind thinking like it could possibly be something else. It could be, you know, fuel related and stuff like that. So shit, about 2 months ago I bought this fuel injection pressure tester from Harbor Freight and never really used it, so we about to use it today. This is my first time ever really like using it and stuff like that, but from the videos that I've seen, with the key on, it's supposed to go up to at least, I guess, anywhere from 38 to 41 psi, and then, you know, with the key off, it should hold pressure for a second, and if it doesn't, that means it's a fuel leak or something like that. If the pressure goes right, I guess that's a positive that the fuel pump and stuff is still working. So, you know, that's also something. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this out the package and get everything set up, and then we're gonna test this fuel pressure. All right, I'm checking in. So as you can see, it's like a valve on your fuel line. It just screws onto, the tester screws onto. Then you got like a plastic line to release the pressure once you test it. And you're supposed to undo the vacuum on your fuel pressure regulator, because if you leave it hooked up, it's gonna do its job. So trying to test everything. So let me turn the key on and see what we got. All right, so let me see. So when I turn the key to the on position, it went up and then it went back down. So hey yo, I'm checking in with y'all. This a few days later or whatever. So yeah, so when I turned the key to the on position in the last video, and then I turned it over a little bit, like I tried to start it, it didn't want to start. After a couple of tries of me, you know what I'm saying, trying to start it or whatever, it finally fired up. All right, so I'm holding the vacuum that it was running to. The fuel pressure regulator is open. That's what is running right there. But one issue I did notice off the rip was at the first sign of ignition power, like trying to start it up, I had 40, you know, to 41 pounds of pressure on the fuel pressure tester, but it will immediately go back to zero. From my understanding, it's supposed to hold for a couple seconds and then just slowly bleed off, or not even slowly bleed off, but if it's a slow bleed off, then you might have a leak somewhere else. But if it's just dropping straight back to zero as soon as you cut the power or whatever, either your fuel pressure regulator could be going bad, or it's something else inside the tank that has to do with the fuel pump that's going bad. So what we're gonna do right here is we're gonna test the fuel pressure regulator. I went to Summit and got it's just like a block off cap for my fuel lines, because I don't have the stock fuel lines, I got braided lines, so I needed the correct cap to block off the return line. If I block off the return line with this cap and the fuel pressure tester holds pressure, that means that the fuel pressure regulator is good. If I block it off, hold on, let me think about that. Yeah, if I block it off with the cap and it holds pressure, that means the fuel pressure regulator is good. If I block it off, try to start it, and it don't hold, it immediately goes down, that means it could be just the fuel pressure regulator. So I'm hoping for just a fuel pressure regulator so I don't gotta drop this tank. But I'm about to take this line apart, put this cap on, and then we're gonna go from there. All right, so I believe I got the right one hooked up. On like a regular car, you'll notice like your lines are different sizes. So I think the smallest line is the return line, but both of my hoses are AN-6 fuel line braided hose. So, but I think this is the return line. Could be wrong. If it spray fuel out, we know it's an issue. Whoops. And of course, I should have went with my first mine. This is definitely the feed line. This is the return line on mine. So yeah, let me swap this real quick. All right, so I got the right one hooked up now. Got the fuel line back hooked up and the return line blocked off. So let's see. Told me just slightly bump it. All right, so turn the key on, and it don't even really give me the, you know what I'm saying? Let me see. Yeah, it's not even, it's definitely bleeding back into the system, into the tank, because with the fuel pressure regulator taken out of the equation, and it's not even going to the correct PSI. It's definitely a leak back into the tank. So with that being said, definitely gonna have to drop this tank. So let me prepare for that and I'll get back with y'all in a sec. Alright guys, so I'm checking in, man. Y'all can see, so I ended up having to drop the fuel tank and I pulled out the assembly, you know what I'm saying? I dropped it and look at that. That hole right there is definitely why I'm not getting the correct fuel pressure. Hopefully that's what's causing my issue overall of like when I'm giving it gas, it's like falling on its face because maybe it's starving for fuel because it don't have the correct pressure. So yeah, like I said, I had to drop the tank. I'm gonna try to get this up out of here, hit Ace Hardware, and then we're gonna go up from there. We're gonna try to get them back running today. So I'm gonna check in with y'all in a minute. All right, guys, so I'm checking in, and after doing some thinking and all of that stuff, I'm not just gonna replace that rubber hose that's on the sending unit. Even though the sending unit and pump wasn't bad, everything was still functioning. It's still old. It's the original fuel pump and sending unit from that car that I pulled this tank out of, that green 96 or 94, 95 Caprice Impala. And I just slapped it in Molly G. The whole tank, I never changed it. So for peace of mind, I'm gonna go ahead and change it. I'm gonna go ahead and fix it the correct way. I'm gonna add this this little deal from Classic Instruments, and I'll drop the picture of it. But that deal is supposed to help, or it's supposed to make my stock fuel gauge work with this fuel tank that I got, because as y'all know, this car was a carbureted car, so the fuel injection won't work with the gauge unless you do this little Classic Instrument deal. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do a new sending unit and pump. I'm gonna do a new filter, and that should be good. That way, pretty much it'll be like the fuel system pretty much has been refreshing since I, you know what I'm saying, since I would have put this little combination together. I haven't changed the fuel filter. I haven't done anything to this fuel system besides put this tank in the car, add the fuel lines in the filter, and cranked it up. So it's probably time for the fuel filter to be changed anyway. And like I said, just for peace of mind, I'm gonna go ahead and change the fuel pump and sending unit and all that stuff. So yeah, right, y'all see it. Gotta get all my tools up, and just button everything back up. Well, I ain't gonna put the tank back in or nothing like that. I'm gonna put it up by the house. Yeah, so like I was saying, we'll continue this little process once I grab all the parts and stuff like that. I have to take a day off, and we're gonna have to go and get the fuel system back right. Hopefully, and I don't even want to say it because I don't want to jinx it. But anyway, y'all stay locked in with me. Y'all like, share, subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down, comment, share the video. You know what I'm saying? Stay locked in with your boy. I appreciate y'all.